All right, all right, all right. I believe our sports network. Sorry about this. We just had some technical difficulties this morning. We got them, I think, all straightened out. Happy Saturday. Happy Snow Armageddon. Happy game day. Actually, Clemson is playing at Little John at 12 o'clock in about 30 minutes. And I'd like to welcome South Carolina Gun School on 8114 Old Greenville Highway in Easley. Website, southcarolinagunschool.com, number 864-934-8868. Get your concealed weapons permit, train. Chris is there for you. Go to the website, sign up. Good dude. He's been with us for a while. Anyways, just had some technical problems, so we're getting started a little bit late. Clemson, Pittsburgh, going into Little John. We beat them 15 times in a row. And Pittsburgh's going into Little John today at 12. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be sold out because of the weather, but we're looking to advance. We had a really good game actually against Georgia Tech. Played a solid game. Ended up winning by 14 points. Kind of close there in the first half. Broke through in the second half and basically, kind of ran away with the game. So after the day, we're headed west actually to Stanford in California. Whoever would have thought Stanford in California would actually be in the ACC. So we're headed west out of that. We're getting into this part of the season where we're getting into the March Madness run. We're looking good in our position. I think they have us ranked right now to the fifth seed. Also like to give a shout out to Michael Dent, Sweetwater, Vapor Nation, Industrial, CBD of Greer, Bracken Real Estate. They're all coming up for renewal. Also Hall of Fame Sports Bar. We'll be doing a show there every Saturday, once a month for the rest of the year. And we're also going to be doing one out at Lefty's in the west end side of downtown Greenville. So we got basketball clicking, we got baseball fixing to start up. And of course, we still have a lot of off-season drama. I mean, David Pollock on ESPN was basically coming out saying that, look, man, he's blasting NCAA for not enforcing the tampering laws of the NCAA. And you got to draw a line somewhere in the sand because, we were talking about on the podcast the other night, the NCAA back in the day, there's always something going on. And you really look at it, what was NCAA there put to do to regulate college athletics? But if you look back at football back in the 80s and 90s, it was always something usually that had to do with money. And so, I mean, the thing out at SMU where, Pony Express and cars were being bought, and players were getting signed and show up with a brand new Trans Am. And, they actually got put on the death sentence. A bunch of stuff went on there in Miami. And it's like they're regulating all that. Dave Ford buys a Clemson student a biscuit and they say something about that. And, we know all along there's been stuff going on behind the scenes with college football, with recruitment, with money. But now it's legal. And then now we're asking ourselves, what exactly does the NCAA do? What exactly do they do? Because now it's legal for a guy to come on and look at 2 or 3 teams and somebody offers him $1 million. As long as he ain't signed yet, somebody offers him $2 million and he signs and he gets paid. So now we take that equation. So you didn't miss it unless you've been sleeping under a rock. Dabo came out and made that statement about 2 weeks ago now it's been. And primarily, because Dabo, nobody can articulate like Dabo. Out of all places it could have happened, it happened at Clemson. And there's blatant evidence that happened. I mean, we got text messages. We got, him leaving, going down there to Ole Miss, them going down there, trying to stop him, talk to him when he's leaving his apartment. And so with all this stuff going on, what is the NCAA they're put to do? And they don't do anything. It's just like the wild, wild west we're living in. I mean, anything goes. So in my opinion, I think what the NCAA needs to do is they need to regulate the transfer portal and NIL, because I'm not really sure what they're doing when it comes to, I know they're doing stuff behind the scenes, but when it comes to enforcing the law, enforcing what's going on, the regulations of college football, somebody needs to regulate the NIL and the transfer portal, because this is new territory. I'm kind of like the wild, wild west. And so that's something I think they need to do. All the evidence has been turned over to the NCAA. David Pollock's going to rant, he said if something's not done about this, with all the evidence and everything they sent in, then I mean, it's basically just it's going to be the ruin of the sport that we all love, college football. And to be honest with you, and I know if I was a 19, 18, 20-year-old and somebody wanted to sign me and pay me $1,000,002, I would love that. But the bottom line is, to be honest with you, football is not where it used to be. And we always have this transfer portal, the NIL at the front of the scene now, and before we didn't have that problem. And so Clemson finally adapted. We got 10 transfer portals, NIL deals this year already. We lost one, of course, but at least Dabo's dipping in there, changing the times. But I think all the players and all the coaches, all the coaches that it's going to happen to, I think for a reason it happened to Dabo. I think he was probably supposed to be the poster child for this, to step up. And I've heard that a lot of other coaches have actually come to Dabo and expressed that, I'm glad you did this, and this happened, and that happened. And so we'll see how all this plays out. Whoops, had a little thing fall. So we just, I don't think I'm live, honey. All right, we're going off right now.